Right guys, it's Saturday the 28th of October right now. Just woken up, it's about 12 PM, lunchtime on Saturday. I did wake up at a reasonable time this morning, but I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I've got a bit of a cold lately. Just need to man up, but yeah, I felt like absolute crap and I just took loads of medicine, went back to sleep, and I'm feeling a little bit better now, but I felt like this for the last like 4 or 5 days. Still been training through it, which may not have been the best idea, but got last session of this week and I think I'm going to take tomorrow off as a rest day on Sunday, and hopefully that'll be enough for me to fully recover. I might actually go out and get some limb sips though, because my throat my throat is the only thing that hurts, and it's like a reverse puberty, you know. My voice keeps going back to being really high pitched. It's quite embarrassing, but if you can't laugh at yourself, then what's the point? Anyway, so right now, I've been bulking for about a month now, so I'm actually going to weigh myself. I already know that the number's going to be too high, because I've kind of been loosely weighing myself since my competition, but I've also been overeating a lot, which I regret, but I also don't, because I've missed that food so much that that's the whole reason I've been eating it so much. But anyway, yeah, just see where we are with the numbers and where we're going to go from here. Okay, so pre-workout choice of today is going to be 1 bowl of Cheerios. I've actually followed like the guidelines as well, so on the back there it says 30 grams and 125 ml of semi-skimmed milk. So I've literally just had 2 of those servings, and believe it or not, that's actually 60 grams of Cheerios, whereas if I was doing something like Cookie Crisp or any of the others that I have, that literally fill up like half the bowl, but there's probably a lot of air in them. But yeah, that's 60 grams of Cheerios there. Also got 1 banana, because they're usually in my shake, so I figured I'll try and keep it consistent with having those on the weekend, so I'll just actually eat 1 of those. I'm going to have 1 serving of creatine, so 5 grams of this tub here, and then 35 grams of this, which is 1 serving of the BPI Best Protein, which has 25 grams of protein. And then, most importantly, going to have some water and try and stay hydrated throughout the day. Also going to have 1 of these bad boys. A little bit of this with honey should do my throat a treat. Fix me. Oh, it's hot, 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 hot. Right guys, welcome to the workout portion of this video. I actually started off this leg day a little bit differently. As I've said in I think the last video, started with squats, so I actually changed the way that I was doing them slightly. I realised I didn't really speak about this too much in the previous workout commentary, because I think I did the same squats. Now if you notice my foot placement, they're actually very close together. They're pretty much just within shoulder width, so I could have actually made them a little bit closer together, maybe even touched the heels together. But I was basically just experimenting with my squat in this workout, and seeing if I could feel the tension in different areas by adjusting my feet differently. Because supposedly if you separate your legs more and have your toes pointing out slightly, you will feel it a lot more in your teardrop, so your inner thigh, your inner quadricep. And if you were to bring your feet closer together like I am here, it would do the exact opposite and you'd feel it more on the outside. Now this is 100% true, because I did that with the intention of targeting the outer part of my quad, so the quad sweep a little bit more. And got to tell you, I've never had as good of a pump on that area, and actually kind of like the middle portion of my quad, as much as I had with these. Now a lot of that has to do with the range of motion as well, so if you are going to do something like this, you want to preferably go as low down as you can while still keeping your quads engaged. So don't like try to almost sit down on the floor but not feeling it in your quads at all. You know, you don't want the tension to leave your quads and then go onto your heels or your ankles to start hurting just because you're trying to get that extra inch or 2 of depth on your squat. Just go down as far as you can while still engaging the targeted muscle. So after that went on to a isolation, which was for hamstrings. I've started doing these with a little bit heavier weight, because you guys know that I love time and attention training, and I like going a little bit lighter, doing higher reps. But because this particular machine isn't a cable pulley kind of mechanism, it's more just like loading the plate onto the machine and then just curling it almost like you would with a dumbbell, but for your hamstrings. I find that if I keep the weight too light, you might actually notice it when I'm doing it there. The pad actually comes off my heel because I'm almost doing things too fast. So rather than wanting to slow it down, to slowing the tempo down a little bit on the concentric, what I feel I'm going to do from now on with that exercise is use a little bit more momentum and just go that little bit heavier, again keeping the tension on my hamstrings the entire time. After that, went on to another isolation. This one was for quads. I tried to involve quad extensions at least at one point in every leg workout. So this one's actually the single leg quadricep, so whichever one you are working, it actually helps to focus to that muscle by holding your hand on the muscle so that you can actually feel it moving. And this is the same for literally anything. You can do it for hamstrings, biceps, wherever it is possible for you to actually touch the muscle while you're doing it. You might not be able to do that with stuff like calf raises, but pretty much anything else where you're doing a one arm movement, you can use the other arm to almost help you with the exercise as well as the mind to muscle connection with that. So yeah, just a few bits there, a couple of things you might want to consider for your workouts. Now I'm just going to leave you guys here with the rest of the vlog. Okay guys, just got done in the gym and got to tell you, those close grip squats, never had such a good pump on my quads with squats as with those. I actually feel a little bit stronger on them as well, so I might start lifting heavier with close grip to see how much weight I can push. Don't want to get ahead of myself too much though, because I know that I'm not particularly strong with my squat, but that's one thing that I don't usually focus on with my off season, because I do bodybuilding, I don't do anything near powerlifting. I'm never really too focused on lifting the heaviest weight in the gym, you know, being the strongest or anything like that. I've just kind of accepted that I'm not that strong and it doesn't bother me that much. If it bothered me, then I would program my workouts a bit better to fix that and to improve that, but I'm more about making them gains. See what I mean about my voice? I just went high pitched again. I'm more about trying to improve the look of my physique rather than my strength. But that's what bodybuilding is, that's what men's physique is, so that's my main focus. And anyway, on the way in, I was actually meant to vlog about these headphones I've got. Not that you guys really care too much, but you might in case you're looking for some. They're called, I think they're called Helmi. I'll put the actual name here because it's spelled really weirdly. It's basically helmet, but instead of the T, it's an I. Got them off Amazon for about £18, I think. Because sadly, RIP, my other ones, my Bluedio red headphones, actually broke in the gym. They broke a little bit to the point where I could still use them and still wear them if I had them a certain angle and a certain adjustment. But then one day I took them out of my bag and they just completely snapped both sides, so gutted. But both headphones are really good. Trying to get used to these because they're the actual earbud ones they have to put inside your ear, which I found really weird. I found like it hurt my eardrum at first. I'm actually really liking them now. I'd say 8 out of 10. So if you're looking for some fairly cheap headphones, head to Amazon and yeah, Helmi earbud sports running headphones, something like that, earphones, and you'll be able to find them. Right guys, so back in the kitchen and back on the baked beans again. I said that I wanted to try the no added sugar ones, or the lower sugar ones, so here we have it. I actually tried these the other day. Bella, stop ruining my vlog. Yeah, I actually tried these the other day and they're not that different in the number of carb macros, if it will focus in a minute. Right, there you go. Okay, so compared to the normal ones, I'll actually put another clip up here. I think in total it's literally about 10 grams of carbs different to the regular can. So not a whole lot different. There is still a lot of natural sugars in there and natural carbohydrates, but it's still good for good source of fibre, good source of protein. But yeah, just like any other low calorie or low carb option, anything like that, it is good to have if you're dieting. Right now it doesn't make too much of a difference for me. 10 grams of carbs isn't going to make a whole lot of difference. I think I'm on 420, 430 grams of carbs at the moment. Still one to add to your shopping list if you want a little bit more food on your plate. And a few less calories. That's actually going to end the vlog here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.